Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Today is May 18th, 2013. And my name is Symmanayah. This is Symmanayah's Last Breaths. I start by saying that many of us would agree that we are in the last days. If these are indeed end times or last days, wouldn't it be safe to assume that these are our last breaths? And for those of you who say, speak for yourself, I have no problems acknowledging these are my last breaths. And today I woke up on this Shabbat, and what was pressed upon me was the message for this segment. And that is cake. What I'd like for you to do is use your search engine, whether it be Google, Bing, Yahoo. Use your search engine and type the word cake. Type the word cake into your search engine. Click on images and look at the pictures of cake. By no means am I seeking to promote any pagan celebrations. My point is to look at and discover a cake that appeals to you, that draws your attention by imagery. Cake. This message is a message to an awakening nation of believers, Yashar'al, both Hebrew and Goyim, who seek to worship and obey the Most High. Again, I am not asking you to look at the image of a cake to promote any pagan celebrations. It is just for the purposes of proving a point. Again, use your search engine, if you will, and put in the word cake and click on images or pictures. And just pause for a moment and look at a cake. With that in mind, let me proceed. For those of you who do not want to go through that challenge or that process, just imagine the last cake you seen that caught your attention. Yes, cake. Let me proceed. All believers who seek to worship and obey the Most High Yahuwah and has accepted Yahusha as Mashiach, Messiah, please review the words in this message. The message in these words. Please review this message attentively with a discerning mind to receive. Receive discernment from the Most High and determine whether these words contribute to the building up of the body of the family of believers. A picture of a cake. To a photographer, this picture has one meaning. To one who loves chocolate, if you are indeed looking at a chocolate cake, a different experience that may possibly cause you to salivate over the picture. To the average person that just wants to eat the cake, a different thought comes. To a person who is battling with diabetes, mixed thoughts and possibly questions as to whether it is made with sugar or sugar substitute may come. There are also some individuals who are allergic to certain ingredients, whether it be chocolate or not, peanuts, different nuts. To a baker, a cake can represent an accomplishment and much more. If you're looking at a chocolate cake, the chocolate producer may represent pride, may experience pride in the use of seeing their and may experience pride by seeing that their products are being used. To one who harvests cocoa beans, it may acknowledge their hard work, a means of providing for their family, and much more. Again, if we're talking about a chocolate cake. To a farmer, it may provide a sense of pride or achievement, knowing that they grew the wheat that was used in making the flour to produce the cake, or that they produced the chickens that laid the eggs used in making the cake, or that they cared for the cows that may have been used to produce the milk used in making the cake. Or they grew the almonds that may have been used in making almond milk to make the cake. Or to the farmer that they may have a sense of pride knowing that they grew the cane or the sugar beets that may have been used and sweeten the cake. To a chemist, they may have produced an artificial sweetener and or flavoring added to the cake. To the appliance maker, they may have provided the oven for baking the cake. To the workers of the appliance store, a sense of pride may be experienced knowing that their product was used to make the cake, to bake the cake. To the utensil maker, they may recognize that possibly their utensils were used in making the cake. The imagery of a cake, looking at a cake. I will stop here and suggest that there are many other factors that went into a completed product, such as utilities and or heat source, water, air, and much more for making a cake. Are any of these factors important for producing the cake and the image of a cake? How many of us ever think about who and or what contributes to our lifestyles? What details, what processes take place for something to contribute to our way of life? If you examine all that I've said in terms of just the imagery of a cake, isn't it safe to say that depending on your expertise, depending on your interests, the view or the imagery or the imagination of a cake possibly has a different effect on you as it would on another? Because we have different perceptions of imagery, it does not take away the value that others have of that imagery. It does not remove the importance of another's perception of that imagery. Whether we pay attention to details or not, details exist in processes. Details exist in bringing about end results that contribute to our lifestyles. So it is, my family, so it is with Yashar'al, the family of believers. There are many members and different callings, but know this: each must be able to connect to the other. Each calling must not contradict scriptures. They must complement one another for the edifying and building up of the body of believers. We will see humbling events come in the emerging days, and we will see in these humbling events people who sincerely desire to worship and obey the Most High Yahuwah, whose eyes will be open and ears will be made clear. Or the other way around. Eyes made clear and ears opened. But either way, my brothers and sisters, humbling events will produce those who sincerely seek to worship and obey, who will receive freedom from strongholds that blinded them, that caused them to be deaf of righteous instruction. So it is with the family of believers. We will have different perceptions and opinions. But let our opinions line up with scriptures. Let our perceptions join hand in hand with another, that we embrace the patience needed in the gathering of an awakening nation. Humbling events are coming. To the non-believer, to those who are not seeking, to those who do not pay attention, they may have a different definition. They may just call it chaos and catastrophes, whirlwinds and storms, unaware of what is written in Scripture pertaining to latter day or end time prophecy. We will face a gathering, my brothers and sisters, like no one has witnessed probably since the days of old. There is much work to be done, much to accomplish, knitting together an awakening nation of believers under the banner of Yashar'al. It is not for us to try to help mold and shape the plan and the picture and the imagery, and bring about the demonstration and the witness that the Most High have. But it is for us to worship and obey, to worship and obey. And out of obedience, we contribute to the making and building and knitting together of an awakening nation of believers. If you can receive this message and understand its purpose, patience has become more enlarged. Patience has drawn itself closer to you. Patience and understanding is a friend to a discerning person. Awake, my family, and prepare. Prepare for events unimaginable. When they reach your doorsteps, these humbling events will indeed cause us to be free of the distractions and bow before the Most High and seek earnestly His guidance, His instructions, His living direction. This is a time where it would be wise to grow into discernment. Grow in discernment and understand that discernment is when the Spirit of Yahusha uncovers and reveals for purposes that will be necessary for strengthening the body of believers. Awake, my family, awake. What is your position? For Yashar'al will have structure, and it will reflect the guidance of the Spirit of Yahusha. Where do you stand? What will you do? Who will you embrace? And or who are you willing to leave behind? Remember, each of us individually will be held accountable for our decisions and our actions. Yes, we will face some hard decisions ahead, and there will be the fulfillment of all that is written. The Most High is not slack concerning His promises, His people, nor His words or instruction. Consider my words redundant, or you can consider words of reinforcement, words of enlightenment. Whatever your perception is of these messages determines whether or not they will fuel your actions or motivate you to another direction. Whatever the case may be, it is your choice, my brothers and sisters. But pray and watch, study as well. The seriousness and the severity of our future will emerge in the coming days and months. Remember the decision that you made. Remember the choices that you made. Remember the cake. Remember the cake. Remember the diverse perceptions. But know this, all that is written will be fulfilled. Until next time, my brothers and sisters. Until next time, if I should find favor in the Most High and have breath, a heartbeat, and a sound mind. Until next time, I bid you much shalom. And I say to you, be encouraged. Be encouraged and seek to grow in discernment. Be strengthened and endure to the end. Until next time, brothers and sisters, shalom, shalom, shalom.